What's up, Teklians? It's time for the hat tip of the week. We got some stuff we want to tip to you. We got some tips we want to hat to you. And we're going to say things. Check them out. Words. Transitions.
My hat tip is to XBMC. That actually stands for Xbox Media Center. But it has nothing to do with the Xbox, not anymore. It was originally...
What? That's so weird. It's a weird name.
The original Xbox, it was made as like this little hack thing you could do into it, where you now had like this media center that could do almost any file and all this cool stuff on it. And then like, I don't know if Microsoft locked it down. I don't really know what happened. So I'm going to pretend I do. Like Microsoft locked it down. Like, oh shit, what do we do now? I don't know. But something happened where they're like, we're not going to do this anymore. It was probably because Microsoft locked it down because it's not for the Xbox anymore. And they made it for like computers. So it's like, I don't know if it's on Mac, but I know it's on Windows. It's on Mac. It's on Linux. It's on Android. It might even be on iOS if you have a jailbroken iOS. And basically, it's a media center that can play any file. It can view.
It's even on Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, I know. I want to get that, but Raspberry Pi can't support full 1080p at like, it says it can, but it doesn't really support it that well according to reviews. So I'm waiting till Raspberry Pi gets better. But it can play like pretty much any file. It can pictures, music, anything at all. It's a complete media center, not just videos. It can get the video files from anything you can have access to. So whether it's from a flash drive that's plugged in, the hard drive, an external hard drive, or even for me, I have my external hard drive right here plugged into my router. So it's actually seen as like a media type server thing,
network storage,
but it could still pick that up too, and you could save it to the library and view things from there. And what's even better is you then have plugins. So plugins are online repositories of videos, music, etc. that you can go to and just stream whenever you want. I know there's a plugin for Twit. Twit is another tech show we both kind of enjoy. So there's a plugin for that. And there's a plugin for a bunch of other stuff that I'm not going to get into that I'm not going to mention. If you do a Google search, you can find some good plugins. You can find plugins that suit you. So I really think it's great. That's like my favorite thing. One more thing I'm going to say before I turn it over to Chris is when they said that Android TV, when it comes out, is going to be able to support like apps, like any app that's like on your phone, you could potentially have on Android TV. That got me thinking like, well, there's an XBMC app for my phone. Can I now have an XBMC app on my Android TV where basically it does everything the Android TV does, plus that whole media center with all those plugins? Because that would just be awesome to me. That would be awesome to me if they can get a Android TV like app for the XBMC as well, because I always wanted to get a Raspberry Pi just to have XBMC on my TV. That was the only reason. So if Android TV can accomplish that, that'd be perfect for me.
What I also find interesting about this is that there's actually XMBC Ubuntu, which is a Linux distribution that's kind of based around XMBC entirely. So I was actually thinking about doing it. I might still do it because I don't use my Mac Mini anymore. I was actually thinking about installing this on my Mac Mini and making my Mac Mini just a media-centered device. Plug it directly into my TV downstairs. So basically you boot it up and it boots right into your media server.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That's you can do that sort of with Linux too. I did it once with Linux by accident. Like I know you when you download XBMC on Linux, it downloads it as both an app you launch from within Linux, but it also downloads it as a desktop environment. So you can actually, when you log in, it logs you right into XBMC. And what I actually did at one point is I had Debian with XFCE as my desktop environment, and then I downloaded XBMC media server. And then what I accidentally did was, I don't know how I somehow accidentally deleted XFCE, but I was still in XFCE until I restarted. So I shut off my computer and turned it back on the next day, and the only option to boot up into was XBMC. I didn't have any other desktop environments at the time. So luckily I had...
Who done goofed on my computer?
Luckily I had an account like under my wife's name, which was administrator. So I just went and deleted my account and then remade me a new account and automatically came with XFCE or whatever again. So it was like... It was weird. It was really weird. But I fixed it. Or no, wait. No, that didn't fix it. I fixed it by rebooting. That was a different thing I fixed. I had to fix it by like reinstalling because it deleted from everybody. The desktop environments like are all through all the users. But actually, that time I actually had to like reinstall Debian, and I use Ubuntu now, which I'm not too proud of. I just like it because it supports everything without a lot of work, which is great for the show. But when it comes to everything else, I kind of like and enjoy putting that work in. For everything else, I like and enjoy putting that work in and learning about it, having to mess with it. So for the show, it's nice and simple. Like I don't want hassles trying to get the show to work for you guys every week, which is why I have Ubuntu right now. But at the same time, for everything else, it's like, yeah, I want to spend 3 hours trying to figure this out because you know what? I'll be smarter when I'm done.
I like tinkering around with different desktop environments and everything, but when I got my new computer, I was like, you know what? Ubuntu works. It's stable. It works with everything I need it to work with. So I'm just going to put that on the SSD. And because my computer is powerful enough, whenever I want to tinker with something, I just install it in a VirtualBox. And that's just what I do now. I just make a new VirtualBox. I'm like, I haven't played around with Fedora in a while. I'm just going to install it in a VirtualBox. If something goes wrong, I just delete it. It didn't damage my whole computer.
Chris.
Yes.
Are you tipping your hat this week?
I am tipping my hat
to
a little Chrome extension called Black Menu for Google.
I'm clicking the link right now. Right.
Go ahead.
This right.
Go ahead and click on that little linky poo.
What is this? Wait a minute. No, seriously, what is this? Tell me about this, because I don't know what this is.
What it is it's a little extension. It will exist up in your top right thingy where all your extensions live. They all huddle together and group hug. When you click on it, you get this cool little menu thing, and you could sort it however you want. I put URL shortener at the very top, so it'll automatically just kind of load in the URL, the current page I'm on, and I can generate the URL right there. But it's got this little menu over on the side, and you put your cursor over that, and there's a little frame to the left of that, and it kind of shows you like a mobile formatted version of that thing. So I have Google Plus, and I can share this page on Google Plus right from there. Or I can create a new post right there. I don't even have to go to Google Plus. I can just put my cursor over that and type a new post right there. And it's exactly the same interface that you get on the Google Plus website. I can also go check my notifications. I can hover over Gmail, and I see a mobile version of Gmail right there. It's kind of like a little iframe type of thing. I can put my cursor over Calendar, and I can see agenda view of my calendar over Drive, and I can see recent documents that I've edited in Drive. I can put my cursor over Google Keep, and there's a list view of all of my things in Keep. I can create a new note. I can sort and edit over Google Play, and I can see apps and devices. I can browse the Play Store right there from this extension. Music and movies, I can browse all that stuff right here. I can go over news. I can see top stories, all these headlines, and it's a very, very handy little shortcut that gives you instant access to just all kinds of stuff on Google. It's like having all of Google right there in just one click away on one tiny little extension. You don't even have to leave the website you're on. You can be on a website and be like, oh, I had something in Drive. And then we go find that document, and you just scroll over, hover over Drive, and now you're browsing all of your Google Drive files, and you see all the thumbnails, and you can search right in there. It's the most powerful Google extension tool that I have ever seen, and I've been using it for a few weeks. I used to use it a long time ago, and I have no idea why I got rid of it.
So I've been messing with it right now. This is pretty awesome. Please reopen the extension. Like, I'm testing it out right now, and
everything is just right there.
Like, there's my whole Drive. Like, I just have my Drive here now.
You don't even have to open it in a new tab. It's just right there in the extension.
This is also really great because, like, right now, like, you know how you can have that bookmarks bar where it's all your bookmarks? My whole bookmarks bar is almost all Google stuff. Like, this is my bookmarks bar. Google, Gmail, Google News, Google Plus, LinkedIn, which I won't count because it's not Google, Drive, Calendar, Voice, YouTube, Play Music, Play Store.
You should make a folder.
And then Pandora, Pirate Bay, and Craigslist. So 4 things out of my whole entire bookmark bar are all Google services they could just have from that one extension.
All right. I see. I have similar, like, on my bookmarks bar, but I created a folder and I just labeled it G. And then in there I have Android Device Manager, Blogger, Sunrise Calendar. It's not a Google thing, but I'm using it in place of Calendar. I also have Calendar, Gmail, Drive, Google Plus, Keep, Music, Picasa, Store, Translate, Voice, Topics, Video Editor for YouTube, which I don't use anymore, Google Apps Administrator, Apps Status Dashboard. Whenever we're trying to message and Hangouts doesn't seem to be sending messages, I can easily click right there and be like, what's the status of all the apps? I can see if there's an actual problem or if it's just me. But I have tons of stuff in there. I don't even use that tab anymore. I could actually get rid of that folder because everything is just right there in this extension.
That's great. Yeah, the only reason I didn't make a folder is I just like how simple it is just to click. It's like right there, just click it. So guys, that is Black Mini for Google. I showed you or told you about XBMC. So let us know. Chris is going to give you some more information about a little poll we have going on. But if you want to participate in that poll, let us know whose hat tip you thought was best. Who tipped it best? Was it me?
Or was it me?
Or was it Risk It? We'll leave that up to you guys. Let us know. But next week we'll be back with more hat tips. And if you guys participate in the polls, we will let you know who won. Who had the better hat tip?
Hat to hat combat.
Hat to hat combat. Let us know who you think is the winner. We'll see you guys next week.
I love you. Bye.
He loves you. That's not me. That's not me. He said that.